Right. The tip number 2 is sleep. We're going to talk about getting enough sleep because it's like this vicious like cycle. We're not exercising, so we're not exercising. We're not getting proper sleep because we're stressed out. Right? We're stressed out because we're not working out. So it's like this vicious kind of circle that happens. But it's so important to make sure that we get our proper sleep. So if we're used to getting 8 hours a night, then just because it's the holidays doesn't mean that we should only get 5 hours of sleep. And I know there's a lot to get done, there's a lot to do, but it's important to make sure that we're going to bed on time. A lot of times we're at parties, we're staying up a little bit later than normal, but we need to still give our bodies the time to rest and to recover so that we're at our best the next day or throughout the week leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, and like you said, it's that vicious cycle. It's like one thing after another. Like I can't figure out why I'm not sleeping, but we're staying up too, and we're drinking
alcohol.
We're drinking like these. We're putting things in our body that act as stimulants. So processed food, alcohol, maybe tobacco, sugar, like that stuff is through the roof right now. So we're staying up late, out of our routines, and then we're like, oh, I can't sleep. And then you get up in the morning and you have no energy because you just slept for 4 hours, and you grab a coffee and a pastry because you didn't plan your
meal plan.
Meal plan. So you don't have a breakfast ready, for example. And it just keeps going over and over like that. And we get drained and exhausted because we have no sleep. Our body and minds aren't rested. And it just carries on like that day after day, week after week until, and I don't know if it ends. We are either creating positive routines right now, or we're creating less than positive routines, let's say. Mm-hmm. So we're creating not great routines, and it's like we're leading up. It's going to be Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Christmas. Then it's going to be New Year's Eve. It's going to be
New Year's Day.
Wasn't it? There's like a Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Boxing Day, and then New Year's Day, however it goes. But there's always something. And it's like, oh, I'll wait to do this, or I'll get into a proper routine after this day. And it never comes. Like it never really comes. We just keep pushing it back and creating less than positive routines. And we need to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just Christmas holiday, because we'll say, oh, I'll wait till after the New Year. But then after the New Year turns into, oh, I'll wait till after Valentine's Day. That turns into, I'll wait till after Easter. And it's just a snowball. So the best time to start is now.
Mm-hmm. We have to start now. It's very important. Sleep tips, like any sleep tips, like creating an evening routine?
I think the biggest or one of the most important things is to look out for your screen time, because a lot of times we watch TV right up until we go to bed, or we're on the computer right up until we go to bed, or we bring our phones to bed with us. Don't do that because the screen, how do we call it, Drew? It interferes with our ability to relax and to come into more of a sleep state.
Relaxing, calming.
Calming, that's right. So because they are so vibrant and of the energy that they let off, like the electronics, right? And a lot of times when we're watching TV until we go to bed, a lot of times we're watching like things that are really packed full of like action, adventure,
suspense.
Yeah. And then we try to go to sleep and we're like, oh no, I can't sleep.
Right. So that's why we have to do more relaxing things. Like we don't recommend phones in the bedroom, screens in the bedroom,
or TVs.
Yeah. Yeah, screens in general. Like everything's got to be out. Like it has to be relaxing. So maybe you have relaxing music. Maybe you have a detoxing bath. You burn some incense, or you have a diffuser with essential oils, for example. And like it's a whole state of relaxation as opposed to stimulation. Mm-hmm. And I think, relaxation, not stimulation.
Oh boy.
Who's with me?
He's going to think he created that now.
I did create that. I created that right here in front of you. You heard it here first. Relaxation instead of stimulation equals something that help me out equals. Okay.
Sleep.
No, it's got to be like a long, fancy word. Relaxation. Come on, help me out.
Sleep.
So the thing is that we have like our whole environment in the evening is much different than it could be or should be if you want to get a restful night's sleep.
Mm-hmm. And a couple of more things, because Drew's talking about putting yourself in a really relaxed state, and that can be difficult, especially if you're hyped up from the day's events. But you could use lavender essential oil, for example. We love, that's one of our favorites.
One of your favorites.
One of my favorites, I suppose. But you can rub some lavender on your wrists or behind your ears or on your temples to relax. If you have a diffuser, you can throw some in there. You can also make a linen spray to like spray on your sheets, for example. And then teas are really important too. There's chamomile tea, which is nice to relax and to help sleep as well. But make sure we're doing something that is relaxing as well. Journaling before bed is nice because a lot of times you can get rid of that mind clutter through journaling. Reading.
Good time to make one of your lists.
That's right.
Dorothy likes her lists. So you have a pen and paper, you got all these things you have to do the next day, write it down, and then you can release them out of your mind.
That's right. And
then Katie says, Stress Away by Young Living.
Oh, yes. That's a great blend oil. One of my favorites as well. I remember one time, I used to wear it all the time to school when I was teaching the Stress Away. And I remember one time looking at another teacher and I was like, do you think it'd be okay to drink the bottle of Stress Away right now? Joking, of course. But it's very, very effective, that one for sure.